Thank you very much. Thank you very much for attending the session, chair. And I just showed notice to your the Facebook message. Accidentally, Mino Lee, Houston University, in USA, the big hurricane hit that city, so he will not be attend this session. But I will replace myself by myself. So please managing this session by yourself. But I will shortly the presentation for Minoli.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Acid, please. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Second World Conference on Smart Tourism. I'm Professor Ming Chen. I'm a professor from Curtin University in Australia. Now, we have a very exciting session today for the first mornings. On the current global trends in hospitality, tourism, and leisure in relation to smart tourism. And we have, we have two speakers lining up on great topics. So the first speakers will be Professor M.G. Kings on very timely topics, artificial intelligence roles in making space tourism more sustainable. And after that, we will have Professor Sen Hyun Shin from Hong Kong Polytechnic Universities, the impacts of K-pop artist activities on tourism demand. Also very exciting topic and a very timely. So I will leave the first presentation to Professor M.G. King on special tourism in relation to AI's roles. Floor is yours, Professor King.
Ming, Minori is first presenters. I will do this for him briefly, and then
okay.
next stage goes to the Myungja Kim.
Oh, sorry. Apology, everyone. Sorry, because I thought that Professor Min Wu because of the sudden change will do the last. But actually, as Professor Chu Mu said, he will be presenting Professor Min Wu Li on the topic of the future of smart tourism research, corporate digital responsibilities in digital transformation areas. Now the floor is yours, Professor Chu Mu.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Korea. Good evening, Europe. And good evening, USA as well. My name is Chol Mo-koo, Professor of College of Hotel and Tourism Management, Kyunghee University, South Korea. Unfortunately, Professor Min Ri, University of Houston, now currently the big hurricane hit those region, Texas region, so that the region goes back to the prehistoric country. So the internet is disconnected suddenly, and then the electricity is gone out. So he asked me to absent suddenly, but I saw his material and it's very critically important contents he contains. So I'm going to briefly present for our audience about the role of AI in hospitality and tourism. The Min Ri, okay, the next stage. I'm going to introduce Professor Min Ri. He is a director of Hospitality Analytics and Innovation Lab and associate professor of Business Analytics at Conrad Hilton College of Global Hospitality Leadership, University of Houston, and director of research for International Council on Hotel, Restaurant, and Institutional Education, ICRE, and also of more than 120 peer-reviewed journal publication, including journal of article, conference proceedings, book chapters, and trade articles. He is a recipient of more than 16 Best Paper Awards, Research Award, Minister and Grand Prize, and he is now currently assistant editor of IJCHM, International Journal of Contemporary Hospitality Management, and coordinating editor of International Journal of Hospitality Management, and associate editor of JHTT, Journal of Hospitality Technology and Tourism, and JST, that's very important journal, Journal of Smart Tourism. and guest editor of IJCHM and Tourism Economics, and editorial board of member of IJHMM and TE. So he is the man of the critical position in academia, and research associate and consultant for hospitality finance and technology professional, and Hilton, Accor Group Hotel, IH Group, Bali Group, and Hangyong Communications, and Laundry and Malls, and leader of Data Analytics and Service Innovation Lab in Houston University. He prepared for our audience technology advanced and digital transformation, which is very important keyword in hospitality and tourism field. As you know, the emerging digital trend, robotics, AR, VR, metaverse, big data, ChatGPT, and data analytics. Those keywords, as you know, is well known for all over the world who are interested in data and data analytics. So as you know, the ChatGPT is the emerging keyword since 2020, and now it's conversational AI, and which is now combined with the robotics. So robotics act like a human conversation, so will be replace the service encounters and the places. And as you know, metaverse is now slowed down. However, metaverse and combined with the AR, VR will be provide a virtual world sooner or later with AI. And the emerging digital trend will replace our business with human intervention together. So AI, as you know, is a long history since 1940, and Alan Tunings and those guys, early AI researchers mentioned about non-human intelligence. And 1960s, slowly increasing the AI research. And since 1960, 1970, 1980, 1990, 1920, 20,000, the AI is not well developed as we expected. But certainly last year, since the ChatGPT emerged to our business, and the AI is play a critical role for all of the world business. Now, without AI, will not consider future trend. So, AI robotics data would be, essential part of our business. As you know, the big data is a source of resource for every business. Big data is handled by mobile apps and payment and operation and Yelp and social media. In our field, the social media is become marketing strategy tools. So every single marketing practice and strategy got involved into social media application, which is actively interaction with multiple players and the consumers. Such kind of a Yelp, and in Korea is Baedaram-min족 as well. Those kind of restaurant apps got involved into your every single day life. So people now is when you go to the destination, they can place an order the restaurant for their home meals, just like home meals. So payment system is currently payment system. You book online and the payment. So which is conventionally the business become the current business is real-time business with the payment, social media, mobile apps. So we should talk about these issues seriously. So the artificial intelligence, machine learning, I know the Professor Min-Woo Lee is an expert of artificial intelligence, especially machine learning. I wouldn't touch this slide because his slide. Anyway, as far as I know, he is doing great research in machine learning with artificial intelligence. Maybe next time he will explain this one in detail. Okay, skip this one. Now, real-time travel, pre-travel. We have a framework, pre-travel, on-travel, and post-travel. So pre-travel stage, we have a lot of the research on marketing practice in pre-travel stage and context. And also research now, the chatbot big data has got involved into the booking stage and on-site and post-site. So there's a lot of the upcoming the research with the AI flourished at this moment. So now I think is from the human employment stage to integrate to the AI stage. So human intervention, AI integration is essential part of our business, and we have to think about this, how we integrate those two parts smoothly and seamlessly. Okay, next stage. This is a very famous figure from my paper, Smart Tourism Ecosystems, which is the course Ulrike Rachel and myself, which is published in 2015. That time, I thought in order to realize a smart tourism in a destination, definitely ecosystem should be provided as an infrastructure. The ecosystem actually connecting to the stakeholders together, smoothly and seamlessly connected for their interaction and business. So we need a supplier network and OS and digital platform and consumer side and supply side cooperate digitally. That's the smart tourism ecosystem. And this smart tourism ecosystem should provide for smart city. So I think a smart city combined into a smart destination, which we generate the smart tourism cities. So smart tourism should be conducted in smart city that conceptualized the concept smart tourism cities. That paper was I published with Ulrike Rachel together. And digital transformation. Since the emergence of the internet, 1995, probably that time is Amazon. And Amazon still actively the business in online markets. Anyway, since the time is analog is transformed slowly to the digital. But most part of the, especially the online business and the online community are very much evolutionized digitally well. But however, still a lot of part of the supply side is not well connecting to the consumer side through the platforms. So we have to consider seriously a lot how to we digitize and digitalize to the better the business. So digitalization and digitization is a bit different concept. Digitization is moved from the analog to the digital. So you guys, you write down your number onto the paper. That's the analog. And that analog is changing to the numeric, the numbers, and then put that data into the application. That is the digitization. And the digitization code processing to the stakeholders from the starting point to the end point, that is the digitalization. So in order to the business digitally, we need to transform our process digitalization based on digitization. Okay, digital transformation, technology, communication, data, Internet of Things, automation, AI, and networking. Those are components of every part that should be combined for digital transformation. And so mission, value, structure, culture, AI, training, strategic governance, that's all the essential part of the full corporate digital responsibility. Anyway, Min-Woo Lee probably he wants to state this concept from digit to the corporate responsible, digital responsibility. Probably corporate responsibility, CSR, corporate social responsibility, right? And probably he transformed the concept to corporate digital responsibility. And from DT to CDR, the CDR is form use of digital data and form use of digital technology. Those two parts, one part is part of the digitization, One part is the digitalization. So I think he demand those part should be seamlessly integrated for the operational performance and strategy movement and productiveness. Definitely, that is generated data. So data is a real-time data probably, or artificial data. In the future, the real-time data would generate the artificial data because the artificial data is much more cheaper than the real data. Anyway, so this is his conceptual model, so I'm skipped this one. And corporate digital responsibility, and skipped. And once again, he noted here, corporate digital responsibility refers to the set of shared value, norm guiding on organization operation with respect to the creation, operation of digital technology and data. So like what he stated here, he addressed the importance of digital technology and data combination for operational performance. So in terms of CDR, ensuring privacy, security, fairness, and ethics. So one of the important issues in AI, that is privacy and ethics and security. Okay. So once again, he mentioned the technology and data, how to integrate and cooperate each other. And it's a 5 dimensions he provided: ethical practice, social impact, technological advancement, environmental sustainability, economic contribution. And also he provided sub-dimensions of each component. I skip. Okay, privacy protection, data security measure, and transparency in AI algorithm. Because we don't know exactly how AI algorithm is performed backside. So the transparency would be important issue. And the digital inclusiveness, fairness, digital literacy, and technology adoption, implementation, development is still important, and reduction of digital carbon footprint, probably for sustainability or sustainable growth or pro-environmental behavior. That's important. And everything very important is we should think about how to improve our business. That's the economic contribution. Okay, integrating CDR to smart tourism. Very thankfully, he tried to integrate his concept into smart tourism, which is his real contribution to our smart tourism field. Okay, global industry trend and future research agenda on CDR. He assisted the Hilton Code of Conduct, where we are Code of Conduct by Hilton. I think he's aggressively doing some research on the CDR and CDR based on their school, their strategy, Hilton and Conrad School. Okay, business conduct guide by Marriott. He also bring this very good practical implication and example for us, Marriott case. And United Nations Code of Conduct for Information Integrity in Digital Platform. You know, Code of Conduct, that's the guideline books. So definitely we need that kind of guideline books for our digital world and digital platform and AI future. Okay, digital responsibility. Here's a guy is in the middle. There's Min Lee. Is a central position, means he's an important guy. Okay, and IJCHM, which is a top-tier journal in our field, special issue on CDR. So it means we have to show our friendliness to the Professor Min Lee. He's a proper guy. He's a guest editor, Min Lee, and Lee Ki-hun, and Baek Ki-jun, and Mimi Lee. Okay, the deadline is July 1, 2024. So here, the audience, if you have interest in these topics, you should contact him to receive a guideline. Okay, future research agenda. He said, theoretical underpinning of the role of a CDR in smart tourism ecosystem, smart tourism city, and smart tourism destination. That means CDR, okay, digital corporate digital responsibility That means just like CSR or those kind of concept which is needed for the future, the using of a CDR concept. Okay, tension between ESG, digitalization, and corporate competitiveness, and motivation to adopt digital transformation for achieving ESG, environmental, social, governance goal in smart tourism ecosystem. Drive to develop the digital city and destination for ESG strategy implementation and challenging conceptualization and antecedent outcomes of CDR, which is need empirical research to proven the causation and causal and result and outcomes. The impact of AR, MR, and business analytics definitely for realizing CDR dimension, those kind of tools, and then for analytics. And CDR practice and issue impact on smart tourism its stakeholders. There's also as outcomes of his research, I think. Actually, it's not my slide. But I don't want to lose his slide. Very important value they contains. So I just briefly introduce you. If I speak wrong, please forgive me. Anyway, thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Chun. It's actually very important topics in smart tourism about the digital corporate digital responsibilities. It actually affect every single aspect of smart tourism. Thank you very much for presenting on behalf of Professor Min Lee, Professor Chun. I think everyone benefit a lot. But of course, we will wait to see one day for Professor Min Lee to tell us a bit more about corporate digital responsibilities. Because I don't want to put you on the spot for questions. I think we'll probably move to next speakers for Professor M.J. King here. Also another very exciting topics about the AI's impacts, space tourism, and how we can use artificial intelligence to make space tourism more sustainable. A very timely topics. Floor is yours, Professor M.J. King.
Let me start, and let me share my screen first. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Second World Conference on Smart Tourism. Today, I'm going to present about AI's role in making space tourism more sustainable, applying mixed method and to compare on Earth, suborbital and orbital space tourism. My name is Myung-Ja Kim from Kyunghee University in South Korea. Just please call me just MJ, which is completely acceptable. And then I have wonderful colleagues who are professors. Michael Hall from University of Canterbury in New Zealand, Oh Byung-Kwan from Kyunghee University, and Stuart John Barnson from University of Newcastle from England, Kyung-Ah Hwang from Kyunghee University, from South Korea. She is attending here. So I wanted to see Kyung-Ah, your face, if it's available. Thank you so much for participating. And Gino Sonna came from Macau University of Science and Technology. So have you experienced smart space tourism? Professor Ning Chen, did you maybe Kyung-Ha? Okay.
Well,
So
I haven't experienced that. I think it's too expensive, but I think it's very exciting.
I see. So, and then I'm sure that you did some. Okay, so let us find out. This is a space tourism conducted by SpaceX. You know, SpaceX's CEO Elon Musk, who is one of the most celebrity. This SpaceX's inspiration for mission in September 2021, I took the orbital space tourism to new height of the 585 kilometers, which is more higher than the International Space Stations of a height of 4,000 kilometers. They traveled for 3 days, which is one of the big cornerstone of our space tourism. So what is space tourism? Perhaps Professor Wing, you has thought about that. I'm sure that, right? So there are several definitions about space tourism, but I prefer this human space travel for leisure and recreational purposes, not military purpose, not science purpose, not even business purposes. So currently, some private commercial space tourism are rapidly developing because of reusable launch vehicles. We say RLVs. And recently, there are several some private space tourism companies such as Virgin Galactic, SpaceX, Blue Origin, Axiom Space, and so on. There are several more, even some from some China and India. So, okay, so so on Earth space tourism includes visiting space museums, stargazing, and planetarium, visiting spaceports, even viewing rocket launches by TV, and virtual reality experience of space tourism, high altitude jet fighter, and balloon flight. So definitely, Professor Ming Chen, you did space tourism, right? Okay. So the next suborbital space tourism includes atmospheric zero gravity flight, short duration suborbital space tourism, experiencing weightlessness for a few minutes above 62 miles, around 100 kilometers, we say common lines and between some space and atmospheric. So above Earth's surface, exemplification of Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin. And the next is orbital space tourism, includes longer duration orbital flights, around 150 miles, approximately equivalent to 240 kilometers above Earth, such as a SpaceX company and Space Hotel. Furthermore, the moon space tourism includes private moon expedition, orbit only, travel to moon, or stay in hotel on moons. Isn't it fantastic? And uh, the interplanetary space tourism includes travel to Mars or stay in hotels on Mars, which is my dream. And then I really wanted to take all you to the hotel on Mars someday within decades in my life. So please pray for my dream come true. Okay, say yes. So, and now let's look at the current wave of space tourism. Since on September 2021, SpaceX launched the first live on-orbit space tourism, like Inspiration 4, and Jeff Bezos, who the former CEO of Amazon, launched into space with some Blue Origin on July 2021. And the next, Robert Branson from the Virgin Galactic, he took the space flight to the space on July 2021. Since that, Virgin Galactic conducted 12 missions so far. So by June 2024, now they are some regularly occurrence. The ticket price is 450,000 US dollar per person, which is quite expensive, right? And even is currently SpaceX starts booking place for space tourists to fly to orbital space tourism and the ISS, International Space Stations. Okay, so is space tourism sustainable? What do you think, Professor Cheng? Yes or no?
Well, I think it will be challenging because you use a lot of materials sending you to the
Sure.
space.
Yes,
Yeah.
great. So let's find out some the details. Okay? One Falcon 9 launches needed refined petroleum-1 fuel more than 100,000 kilograms. Isn't it amazing? Also, just per second, it needs 1,500 kilogram fuel. So one SpaceX rocket launch produced the equivalent of almost 400 transatlantic flights worth of CO2 emissions, which is amazing, right? So we really need sustainable technologies like AI to solve this big problem. What do you think? Okay? So AI has several roles in space exploration, including astronaut assistance and mission design and planning and satellite data processing and navigation systems and space debris management, which is the most significant problem in space currently. So debris makes a lot of problems in our space. And the role of AI in space exploration is increasing, with the market value of 2 billion US dollars. And here are some more examples of how AI can play a crucial role in sustainable space tourism. Number one, optimization of rocket launches and trajectories. Second, resource management on spacecraft. Third, environmental monitoring. Fourth, automated life support system in space cabin by measuring some health conditioning, monitoring, and the training and simulation by virtual reality, and space traffic management, and finally, predictive maintenance of spacecraft and passengers and crews. So these applications of AI in space tourism highlight its potential to enhance the sustainability and the safety of this exciting new industry, a space tourism industry, right? So in this study, we raised 7 research problems, such as high cost and inaccessibility, because as I just mentioned, one ticket price is 450,000 US dollar. So just a few people are available to access, right? So maybe we need more cheap tickets. And then some space environmental impact, as I just mentioned, almost 400 transatlantic flight equivalent to emission of CO2, one rocket launch. And then significant problem with space debris. We have to solve this problem as soon as possible. And then lack of policy and regulations, because spaces belong to every country, everybody in the world, but we do not have unified, integrated policies and regulations so far. So we need this. And under-researched in the Asian context, particularly South Korea, and literally as understanding of the role of AI in space tourism. And finally, diverse types of space tourism has been under-researched so far. So our research team with Kyunghwa, we proposed 7 research purposes. And first, assessing space tourism sustainability and understanding Asia circumstances. And third, and enhancing public understanding of a space flight environment. And fourth, investigating AI in space tourism. And number 5, comparing space tourism types for the on-Earth space tourism, suborbital and orbital, and identifying awareness, benefits, and trust in AI. And mixed method, some approach, we said partialist skills, structural equation modeling, PLSSM, which is popular, and the multi-group analysis, MGA, and Pudgy said a qualitative comparative analysis, we say FSQCA. Now, and we applied several research methods. First, multi-analysis approach, and surveyed 17 items with 3 AI construct, 1 dependent variable, along with more than 10 demographic questions and in general information variables. We utilize 7-point Likert scale, and also we utilize back translation techniques, conduct the content validity and academic and field expert review, along with pilot test and pre-test. After that, we conduct the main survey to Korean adults over 18 years old who wanted to go to the space tourism like you. And I promised you that I will take all of you to the hotel on Mars within decades. Okay, so and then we took the survey on October 2022 via the Embrain, which is one of the biggest company in Asia. And initially, we collected the data 1,155 responses, but we just screened 1,000 respondents. We eliminate who took the less time than average time to answer all questions. And finally, we applied PLSSM with MGA and FSQCA. So you may be very curious about the result of our research. First, based on the PLSSM, as you can see, benefit of AI is the most important factor to intention for participation in sustainable space tourism, right? And followed by awareness of AI and trust in AI, which is quite interesting. And based on the multi-group analysis, I divide the 3 groups, as I told you, and an on-Earth space tourism group, 336 cases, and suborbital space tourism group with 332 cases, also orbital space tourism group, 332 cases. The results show that with some variables has a similarity of the 3 groups. Others, some specific variables, each group has a distinctiveness, distinctive characteristic, which is implied some insight. More interestingly, based on the FSQCA result, according to the analysis of necessary condition to predict sustainable space tourism behavior intention, 3 groups has a similarity. Specifically, benefit of AI is necessary for all 3 groups, but awareness of AI and trust in AI are not necessary for all 3 groups. And now, according to the sufficient causal configuration of 3 types of space tourism behavior intention for sustainability. Quite interesting. The first group, as on Earth Space Group, reveals that negative trust in AI or negative benefits of AI can generate high level of space tourism in behavioral intention for sustainability. But a sub-overall space tourism group reveals that negative benefit of AI or awareness of AI along with negative trust of AI can generate high level of space tourism behavioral intention for sustainability, which is quite interesting contradiction. More importantly, the overall space tourism group shows that negative trust in AI or negative awareness of AI and or benefits of AI can generate high level of space tourism behavior intention for sustainability. So regarding our theoretical contributions, is a five. First, AI is key for space tourism sustainability and compares sustainability in space tourism types. And FSQC allows detailed factor analysis and career focus as to Eastern research and expanding AI, space tourism, and sustainability and Asian knowledge. As the most important part, our practical implications are seven, specifically advocate AI in space tourism due to consumer support, although all are the Korean consumer, 1,000 respondent. Invest in AI for environment and efficiency, highlight AI benefits, awareness, trust to trust, and tailor AI sustainability to space tourism types and strategies to specific to each space travel type and informs policy, benchmarks AI and space tourism. The most important thing is the findings of our research can help stakeholders, policymakers foster eco-friendly space tourism, right? Okay, so thank you so much for all your valuable time. And now I would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much, particularly Professor Cheng. Okay.
Thank you so much, Professor MJ King, on this really timely topics, the role of AI on the sustainable space tourism. Definitely, it has increased my knowledge on space tourism. I'm definitely one of them, been to space museums. But of course, as you mentioned, there's a lot of issues going on with space tourism in terms of sustainabilities, and then we need to foster AI to use AI to foster sustainable practices in space tourism. I think it's quite a timely, and it's also very, very interesting, a topic that has not been explored a lot for policymakers. I think it's quite exciting. I think we still have a bit time. We can allow for questions. Do we have any question from online audience, or do we have any questions from the people who attend in person? I think Professor MJ King will be very happy to answer the questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. Even some author, my honorable colleagues, Kyung-ha, you can ask any question too. Professor Cheng, just one of our some colleagues there. Thank you so much. Because Kyung-ha, please try to change your screen name in English. This in Korean, so that's why Professor Cheng couldn't realize some notice you are there. Okay, and even Professor Cheng, you might have any question. I will welcome your question.
I think one of the things. So now you already know the AI's role can help with sustainable space tourism. So tell us a bit more. What's your next research about space tourism? It's quite exciting topic.
Okay, that's a very good question, actually, Professor Singh. You notice my mind, okay? So, my next journey is I got some opportunity, all of my some colleagues and like Kyung-ha, some other people's help. I got a big grant over more than half of a million US dollar. I got the current the grant for the space tourism. So I wanted to conduct the qualitative research, and I wanted to interview with somebody been to the space, like as a tourist. So because I try to personally interview with them or astronaut who comes from NASA, and we will know what their deep mind, what was their feeling, what was their thought. Just maybe my interview, maybe 10, less than 10, but who been to space tourism, right? So this is part of I'm very excited. I'm planning to do research. Now I make some research questions and my team will conduct the research. That's very good question. Thank you.
Oh, very exciting, and congratulations on the success of your grant.
Ming
I
Ming,
think it's really interesting to understand.
Ming Ming, I have questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Congratulations and very thankful, MJ Kim. You introduced your valuable research to our conference, and it's very surprising to me actually. The space tourism people are at this moment is something like not believable or something cautious mind, but 18th century people go to this ocean by voyage, and when the airplane invented and people looking around by airplane. And sooner or later, human beings, the ultimate goal of human beings will probably go to up to the sky and with a rocket, launching and look at the Earth.
You're right.
So I think is MJ Kim is one of the pioneer the space tourism. Like the Elon Musk, he invented the space shuttle, and MJ Kim is invented the concept of space tourism, so which means equivalent to the Elon Musk. So MJ Kim is your level of the Elon Musk. And I'm very highly appreciative for her contribution, because I also published the space tourism with my colleague at 2021, and I saw
you're right.
surprising MJ Kim. He continuous work, and she refers to my paper published in the Journal of Smart Tourism, which means my citation of the JST is rapidly increasing because of your contribution to the space tourism. There's a fantastic cooperation with me. Thank you very much, MJ Kim. Look
thank you
forward
so
to
much.
your keep publication, and I also am highly interested in space tourism. Probably I am jumping into that the area, smart
Okay,
tourism,
well-
from smart tourism to the space tourism. ST means space now.
Yep. Okay. So I really welcome Professor Gu come
you.
to my some area. And as I told you, I got some pretty big grant, so I'm able to support anyone interested in space tourism research. I'm really wanted. And as Professor Gu mentioned, this topic, this paper will publish the Journal of Space Sustainable Smart Tourism will publish the next issue. So if you are interested more, you can see there some Journal of Smart Tourism in my paper with my colleagues. And I'm very happy to see all of you. Are there, Hassan? Hassan? Okay, I can see you. As I told you, I will take you all to hotel on Mars within decades, right? I promised you all Professor Cheng, even Professor Gu and
Yes.
Hassan. They're all there. I think all this Professor Gan, but I couldn't see your place, but okay. So I really enjoyed this presentation. As just mentioned before, if anyone are interested in space tourism, like Professor Gu, please dump in us, and I will some support that research. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Look forward
Well-
to your further publication
Yeah.
and report to the JST continuously.
Okay, I will keep publish in my papers in a journal of smart tourism, which is one of the best journal
Okay.
in the universe.
Yeah.
Not just world, in
Okay.
the universe. Yeah, in the cosmos, in the space.
That's right.
Okay.
You own my credit. Don't forget
thank-
this credit. Okay.
Thank you, Professor Ge. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for the further comments, Professor Truman. I think it's really, I agree 100%. Is really exciting areas, and we are all excited by your future research, and we can't wait, see more publications or more exciting research from you in the futures. And thank you very much for your presentation again. Now, I think we don't have any further questions, so we will move on to our third speaker today. Is Professor Shen Hong Xing from Hong Kong Polytechnic Universities. From on stage to on board, the impacts of K-pop artists' activity on tourism demand, mediated by audience online engagement. Oh, so Professor Shen is in person, right? So the floor is yours.
Nice to meet you all. This is Sung-Wen Shin from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, who is the representative of all of my co-authors of this research paper listed in this slide. And by the way, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or the attendees online and offline. It is an honor to present one of my working paper in this great conference. So the title is, as you can see, from on stage to on board, the impact of K-pop artist activity in tourism demand, mediated by audience online engagement. So this is the outline. And as an intro, I would like to prepare one quiz. So from now on, I will show you 3 groups of figures. And what you have to do is try to find the common area of these 3 groups of figures. Is clear? Okay, let's start. So the first figure is these 4 guys in the crossroad, which is the Beatles, as you know. The second is all the movie characters in this movie, Lord of the Rings. And the last one is fiction character, Sherlock Holmes. So can you guess what is the common area of these 3 groups of figures? Any creative idea or answer? UK person? Yeah, that's one of the answer from the floor. Thank you. Any other? Yeah, UK is quite good guess, but unfortunately the intended answer I would like to hear is this one. All these people are contributing to making people want to visit some places. Beatles, one of the major reasons for visiting Liverpool. And Lord of the Rings, the characters, they make people to have a desire to visit the filming location, a certain region in New Zealand. And Sherlock Holmes, as you know, make London one museum attraction in the exactly same place written in the fiction. And that museum is still one of the famous attractions for London visitors. So our research is about this quiz. The tourism driven by pop culture. So pop culture has a certain impact on tourism demand, thanks to the fiction, thanks to the music artist activity, or thanks to the film or movie. The relevant or associated attraction, city, or even country could be where people want to travel when they are going to trip. So this is about our research. Actually, our research is focusing on one of them, which is music-induced tourism. So our research question is, how do music artists increase the tourism demand of their home country? This is what we try to address in our research paper. As you know, there are many cases we can target for this question. Maybe we can target some world-famous singer like Beatles or Taylor Swift these days, or something else. But we focused on one of the famous cases nowadays, and which is also familiar with all of us in this floor, which is K-pop artists. So we try to focus on this case, how activities of K-pop artists could increase the tourism demand of South Korea. This one we try to address in our research paper. But maybe some of you know that there are many researchers have done already, provided the answer exactly same with the question, with the exactly same case. However, we found two critical issues existed in the literature, which could be, we can make some a contribution to the literature. So that's why we try to address those two critical limitations in the literature. So let me explain one by one. The first limitation we found, the second limitation we found. The first one, oh, sorry about this one. So this is the previous research, what they has done. By using some valid data or analysis, they found K-pop artist activity have a significant positive effect on tourism demand over South Korea. But we found some critical issues have been missing in this relationship. The first critical limitation we found is about this one. As you know, the music artists conduct different types of activities. Of course, they're releasing their songs and album, and they are doing concert, and they are getting some award from the world famous ceremony, or they usually, these days, they are becoming the ambassador of a famous fashion brand as well, or making social donations. So all these types of activity, of course, help promoting their home country as a destination. But our co-authors, we think maybe some activities could be more powerful than the others. For example, the concert is the only one which make people directly communicate with artists directly and also with each other in the audience at the same venue, at least for a few hours. I think maybe such close and interactive and face-to-face communication interaction, such interaction, face-to-face, close and interactive interaction happens in offline events such as concert could be more stronger reason for people to have various interests about that music artist other than their music performance, what's their hobby or where they live and where they come from, such as. So we think maybe there are different types of activities of K-pop artists, and some activities could be stronger than the others for promoting their home country. So we think if we want to better understand the promotion destination effect driven by K-pop artists or music artists, we should categorize, or at least we should compare which types of activity of the music artists could be really stronger than the others. That's what we found as a first critical limitation, because most previous studies did not categorize the activities of music artists. They just said music artist activity as one. So this was the first limitation we found we would like to address. And let's go to the second one. The second one, about the second one, I would like to start with this question. So if I ask you how we can measure the popularity or success of a music artist, what could be our answer? Maybe it could be different in terms of time. In the past, if we want to say popularity or success of a music artist, maybe we should talk about these criteria. Maybe their ranking of their song in the world famous ranking, and whether they appear as cover model of a music magazine, or whether their music video is announced, broadcasting how many times in the mass media. So these were the main criteria in the past. And nowadays, these three criteria is still important, I know that, but they are not all, because we have these online channels. So the number of streaming, number of views on online channel, and actually also what people are talking about their music artists on social media channels, those things are also important for measuring how popular and how successful that music artist nowadays. So in other words, in the past, the success of a music artist is primarily dependent on in this material. However, maybe nowadays this could be more important, what people are talking about and how many people play their song in online channels. So people's online engagement becomes a really critical factor for making music artists a success or fail nowadays. So we think maybe this could be also important for our research problem. So now we are talking about how music artist activity could contribute, could increase the tourism demand of their home country. Of course, activity could have direct effect on tourism demand, but we should not overlook there could be some engagement of the people between them. For example, after the activities happen, if they have interest about their home country, maybe people go to the online and engage it with the music artist, and maybe they can search for travel to their home country or positive mention about the South Korea. Then that goes to the actual visit to the South Korea. That's what we think we should also explore. Simply, maybe we should explore the mediating role, the mediating impact of people's online engagement if we want to better understand relationship between music artist activities and tourism demand of their home country. But as you expected, not many previous studies have really discussed this mediating rule, not many of them. So this was second limitation we found, we tried to address. Actually, about this limitation, we went one step further. We tried to include some cultural difference perspective in here. As you know, many statistics and many previous research found that Asian people are more active, tend to be more active in online engagement, in various activities. And we think maybe searching for South Korea after the K-pop artist music activities could be also one of them. So if we want to expect there could be mediating role of online engagement between music artist activity and tourism demand, maybe that mediating impact could be more significant especially in the Asian context. So we try to compare that, whether the mediator of online engagement could be really significant in the Asian context compared to the Western. That's what we try to do one more thing about the second limitation. So based on that, this is our conceptual framework. The first important part is the left side, which is multifaceted activities of a music artist. This is about different types of activities and which types is more stronger and less stronger. That is the first one. And the second is the online engagement is located as the mediator, as you can see. That is the second limitation. And I said we try to compare whether that mediator could be significant or less significant depending on the audience background, or cultural background, whether they come from Asian or Western. This is our conceptual framework. If I give you more specific research model, it looks like this. So among the many activities, we try to focus on the major activities of K-pop artists. Music release, concert, award, and endorsement. Endorsement refers to becoming ambassador of a fashion brand or making social donation. So we focus on these four types of activities. And we try to see how these four activities could increase tourism demand of South Korea mediated by online engagement, people's online engagement. In here, online engagement refers to the extent to which people search for South Korea travel on online spaces. That is our mediator. And we put the audience cultural background, whether they come from Asian country or Western country, as moderator for the mediating effect. So this was our research model. And as I mentioned, we focused on the K-pop artist case, which is one of the famous one nowadays. Among the many K-pop artists, we selected very famous one. According to this criteria, we selected K-pop artists whose song have at least once ranked at Billboard Hot 100, at least one. And this criteria led us to select 5 group and 7 solo K-pop artists. And these are the data and measure. So let me explain one by one. artist activity, we collected the frequency of each type of activity per every music artist. How many times they release their song, how many times they do the concert, how many times they did some getting award, how many times they did endorsement, and during the observation period, and we calculated as a monthly level. How we can collect this data? We select one website, which is called Chartmetric. This website is very famous for music industry. So if you go to the website, you can see various information about music artists. They are recording about their activity and their fandom size on social media channel. So we collected this data from Chartmetric. Tourism demand, as you can guess, the number of foreign visitors to South Korea per month as well. We collected that from the Korean Tourism Organization official website, which is called Korea Tourism Data Lab. Online engagement, as I said, it is about how much people search for South Korea travel during the period. We calculated as volume of positive posts or mentions about travel to South Korea on major social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Reddit, and so on. And all this data also come from Korean Tourism Data Lab. And the last one, even though it is not written in the conceptual framework or research model, we use them as control variable. Maybe if some people are really loyal to music artists, maybe they just want to travel South Korea no matter what their activity. So maybe we should control that fact. So we try to include any measure or any indication could show the fandom size of a music artist. So all the indication, number of followers, number of views, number of fans on social media channel, official channel of a music artist were included as control variable, and all these measures are also from Chartmetric website. And analysis, with the data and measures, we created a panel data set, which is the time. So as you know, because we try to see activities, how the activity increase tourism demand. So activities should happen first, then tourism demand next. So that's why we created the panel data. Activity first and tourism demand next. And online engagement as a mediator, it should be also happens at first. So we created the panel data. Maybe usually, mostly in most research paper, they use 1 month interval. So 1 month before activities happen and 1 month after the demand. But we assume that actually our scenario is this one. So K-pop artist activities happen and we go to the South Korea because of that. But we think 1 month is too short for the people. It is too short, and it is also quite difficult, time and money. So maybe we think we should give some more time for the people. Maybe at least they need more than 1 month after exposed to the activity, searching for the travel, prepare some plan, making some, and saving some money, then go to the travel. So we use the 3 months interval between these 3 events. So which means we created activities, artist activity, online engagement, we accumulated 3 months values in 3 months, and tourism demand is the next month. Let me show you the exact number. So our observation period is November 2018 to April 2023 at a monthly level. So about the first unit of analysis, activities and online engagement, all the measures accumulated from November 2018 to January 2019, the 3 months volume. Then the tourism demand is February 2019. So this is how we use the 3 months interval for the analysis. And the second unit of analysis looks like this, 3 months, and after that, and so on. So in this way, we created the panel data set. And with this data, we conducted panel regression analysis. We included time-fixed effect and artist-fixed effect to control all the unobservable factors driven by difference in time, difference in music artist. And this is the finding. So this graph, you can see 3 columns. which means we did 3 rounds of regression analysis. The first one, we included control variable and 4 types of activity only. And the second and third, it is for the preliminary regression analysis. In the second model, we included online engagement as independent variable. That is not mediator. We included as independent just as a preliminary. We just try to explore whether online engagement is really playing a role in this relationship. We try to test that at first. The third one is the preliminary analysis for the cultural differences. So we created binary variable, whether the audience is from Asian context or Western context, and we put that binary variable as independent variable, which is called Asia. So that means if it is significant, the activities impact on tourism demand could be different depending on the Asia and Western. So that's what we try to explore at first. So anyway, in 3 models, as you can see, concert is the only one which has the possibly significant effect on tourism demand. So as expected, K-pop artist activities on tourism demand could be dependent on which activities is that. And specifically, concert is really strong promotion effect they have. And about the second model, the online engagement, as you can see in the second yellow highlighted row, online engagement is still possibly significant, which means actually online engagement plays a role. How many people search for South Korea is playing a role between music artist activity and tourism demand. In the last model, the Asia, the binary variable, is also significant. And Asia concert, the interaction term is also significant, which means concert impact on tourism demand could be different depending on whether the audience is from Asian country or Western country. When we created the graph about this one, it looks like this. So both lines are going up, which is the positive. More concert, increasing tourism demand of South Korea. But red line is the Asia, blue line is the Western, which means the concert impact could be really stronger for the Asian audience. So that's why we found the interaction term. So maybe preliminary, we think, oh, there could be some cultural differences about the impact of music artist activity on tourism demand. And after that, we actually test our hypothesis. So concert, because it's the only one, was the significant activity. So we put the concert as independent variable. Online engagement is the mediator. Tourism demand is dependent variable. Left side is the Asian country. Right side is the Western country in terms of the audience, people. As you know, the direct effect from concert to tourism demand, in both contexts, they are significantly positive. So concert has positive impact, increasing tourism demand of South Korea directly. But if you see the mediator, the indirect impact mediated by online engagement, it is only possibly significant in Asian. So online engagement plays a role from Asian people specifically compared to the Western. So we found that, of course, online engagement plays a mediator between activities of a music artist and tourism demand, but it could be significant in Asian context. That's what we found, and fortunately, we found all the supported finding about our hypothesis. So, theoretical contribution. Of course, we addressed 2 critical limitations I mentioned, which is not categorizing music artist activity and not talking about mediating rule of online engagement. These 2 limitations we addressed in our research paper. That could be the theoretical contribution main. And the third one, we also taking cross-cultural perspective, which was not also highly discussed in the previous literature. And methodologically, previous research has not used many direct data or measurement for music artist activity. Not many previous studies do that. So we think our data could be also some additional theoretical contribution to the music-induced tourism literature. Practical insight, of course, it is about destination marketing organization. So if there are some cities or country want to use their music artist for their travel, our findings could provide some guideline. Among the many activities, which activity should be more emphasized in the online channel? And depending on their target audience, if it is target about Asian, they should include how they can do marketing in online spaces together. But if the audience is the Western, it could not that critical in that moment. Of course, we have limitations. We use only one single case, which is K-pop artist. So generalizability should be improved in the future research. And also the activities of music artists, we are not cover every possible activity. We only consider 4 of them. So this could be also improved in the future research. And in terms of the analysis, I said we use a 3 months interval, but it is not perfectly justified, just our assumption. So maybe future research could tackle on this about this limitation in terms of analysis point of view. So these are the limitation and references, and thank you for your listening. I know it is really difficult to take a presentation at 9 a.m. and thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Shi. It's a really interesting and exciting study. So looking at the K-pop and also the role of online engagement on the tourism demand. I think it's quite exciting. I think we have kind of 10 minutes. We can just open to the floor for anyone have questions regarding your topic. Of course, I definitely have questions, but I will leave with the audience first. So anyone have any questions?
Ming Ming, I'm one of the authors, but I have a question. Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead. Difficult one.
But this is on behalf of my audience. Okay, the K-pop is widespread. The literature reviews we reviewed, and we found out that it's not the second data source. But I wonders the K-pop activity and online engagement, and finally visiting the destination. But that kind of a causal result is so obvious. So I want to ask the presenters, what kind of a fresh theory we can apply for that research model and explain, academically further. It's too much practical stuff. So how can you respond the questions, theoretical theory?
Yeah, that is the only one you have.
And second is, we found out the Western and the Eastern difference. We may assume that is probably because of closeness of culture or difference of culture or location, distance, sort of things. Can you bring the theoretical perspective as well?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I'm sorry, but can you go to the slide? Because I can answer based on the slide. Yeah, about the first question, the theory. Actually, that's the part we are working on now because the manuscript is ready, but we are missing the main theory for our research paper. Can you go to the slide number 14? The research model part. Yeah, thank you. So the theory we would like to find out for some fresh perspective, because most previous studies talking about the obvious fact. So K-pop artists, music artists, increased tourism demand. So as you can see in our research model, if you see the 3-part activity, online, and tourism demand, it is offline, online, and offline goes well. So we try to find some theory which can explain this part, rather than talking about music artist activity could be stimulus and the tourism demand is the response. That is too obvious. So rather than talking about that similar theory with the previous literature, we try to find the theory which can say what happens in online could impact offline, and offline could also impact on online again. So now we are not finding the perfect theory for yet, but that's what our plan. So theory about intern changes between online space and offline spaces. And I think to our knowledge that is no research has talked about that theory in terms of this research topic. That is the first one. And second one, that is good, also really good guess. Maybe Asian, Western, there are so many reasons why they are different, but we only focusing on the online engagement because in our data we can separate online engagement in Asian and Western as well. About the distance, if we can have the data about every individual, the tourism demand of South Korea, it could be possible, but as you know, it is quite difficult. So as long as the data is available, I think it can be possible, but I'm not sure about the affordability for including distance as the control variable in this one. But I think that is really good guess and major reason, I think, one of the major reasons.
Okay. Mhm. I
Yes,
think,
yes. Go ahead, Professor
okay.
MJ.
Okay,
ahead.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Shin. It's a wonderful presentation. Actually, Professor Tormog mentioned that theory is the most fundamentally important and also basic. So I just come up with my mind. There is a big difference between Asia and there are some Western. So I think because of the distance, also there's a price, some expensive cost. So maybe Professor Shin, as mentioned, Professor Gu, some theory part, gravity theory is quite much appropriate for this situation. So gravity, so usually this theory is used by economic side. So please try to that theory for your research. That might be very fit for that theory. Okay. So that was my some comment. I really appreciate Professor Shin. So wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Kim, for the suggestion. Yeah, of course, we are also considering using gravity or distance decay theory as well for explaining the cultural differences. Yeah, we definitely consider that point. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor King. And do we have any question from the floor? Because I think this is a really, really exciting topics. I just got one question for Professor Shin on the topic. So what's next after this one? What's your next K-pop on tourism demand? What we're going to happen next for your research after this?
Yeah, thank you. I think that is the most difficult one for me for now. Actually, because our major goal is making paper as more publishable. But maybe next one, maybe it could be related to our major limitation. Maybe we can expand the activities of music artists, or we can target some more different cases together. And for now, I think it is more important to use more robust analytic point of view, because now it is quite explorative and it is really simple. So I think I'm not 100% sure our analysis is the perfect one. So maybe I think a research topic could be aligned with that, but we try to make it the findings more stronger and robust with a little bit more control variable in the analysis. That's what we thought for now. But I will, I will discuss with my co-author once again.
Okay, yeah, we're looking forward to exciting research. I think we don't have any other questions. If we don't, let's quickly do a summary of what we did this morning. We have excellent topics on different areas. We have Professor Chumu representing Professor. From the University of Houston's on the corporate, corporate responsibility. Sorry, let me just check the words. It's quite new to me.
Yeah,
it's corporate digital
yeah.
responsibility. I think it's a very, very critical and timely topics. Since now we're increasingly using AIs in the smart tourism, I think it's an area that was a lot of potential, but also very critical to the future of smart tourism. And also we have Professor MJ King, who took us to space tourism, who not only told us about what is space tourism, something that probably everyone had experienced before, but also tell us how we can use AI to foster sustainable practices in space tourism. And also the future research area is also quite exciting as well. And then we also have Professor Xin from Hong Kong Polytechnic University talking about the impacts of K-pop artists on tourism demand, and particularly talking about the cultural differences between Asian and Western. It's quite interesting and offer lots of values, particularly for tourism practitioners, and has a lots of values for the tourism industries. I think we have done a lot for this morning, and I'm certainly very excited about the future research they're going to do. And we hope everyone also enjoy the first sessions. Without further ado, if Professor Chum is happy, we're going to close this session for the morning on the session 1 on current global trends in hospitality, tourism, and leisure. Thank you everyone for your time, and I hope you have a lot of takeaways from this.
Thank you so much, Professor Ming Cheng. Okay.
Chen
Thank you
Mingming,
very much.
highly appreciate it. What time is there?
It's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8:30.
It's
It's better than
8:30 in
us.
the morning, right? So you
Yeah,
earlier
but-
than
Yeah.
1 hour earlier than Korea.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's the early time. It was a great contribution, Professor Cheng.
Well, thanks for the invitation. I really enjoyed the topics. I certainly learned a lot. Yeah, thanks again for all the excellent presentations.
So great meeting you. Thank you so much.
I will leave it to you, Professor Chumu, for you.
Look forward to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.